It was moments before 8 p.m. when residents of Solai here in Nakuru County reported hearing the sound of a bang, some kind of explosion. By the time the clock struck 8, the county commissioner got first word of a lot of water running down a hill. It took 2 hours for them to be certain that it was the Patel Dam on which I am standing whose banks had burst. But 2 hours later, by the time it's 10 p.m., there's still no understanding of the magnitude of what had happened, and that within a matter of minutes, over 40 people would have been killed.
Hii hapa ilikuwa manyumba ya watu, hii yote ilikuwa manyumba ya watu. Wengi waliaga. Pale kulikuwa na watoto watu ya kukodeswa, kunakuwa Turukana, Kisii, watu wengi pale walikuwa wengi sana.
Na ni wapi hapo nimesikia mkisema kulikuwa ni kama mass grave ndio mlipata wafu wengi?
Wengi walikuwa kwenye dara, sio karibu, ni mbali. Ni mbali, walikuwa wamepelekwa mbali sana. Wengi walikuwa wameenda mbali sana. Sana. Lakini wengi walitolewa hapa chini. Wapande hii walitolewa hapa, wengine walitolewa pale kwa shule, wengine walitolewa pale. Na wengi wako kwa hospitali, wale walifujika miguu, mikono, wengine wamekatwa mahali, wako kwa hospitali, wako maili 10 na wengine wako Nakuru.
There are stories of horror and miracles here in Solai. Her beauty, however, has been scarred by tragedy. Here I find a community still trying to understand what happened to them 3 weeks ago when their lives drowned in the Patel waters.
Late-breaking statement from the breaking news we've been giving you earlier on about the floods in Nakuru County. We have a statement from the governor.
It doesn't look like it, but I am standing in what was sanctuary, a church that bore the brunt of those waters that descended upon this town. This location represents just how strong those waters were. In fact, we are told that though first responders were on the scene at about 8 p.m. and willing to intervene, they simply couldn't because of the sheer magnitude of the water that was descending on them. It took about 7 hours before the first attempt to rescue could properly be made. What kind of equipment did you have on the scene at the time?
At the time, I can't say that we had much, but we were there ourselves. We were the resources that we were using to rescue those who had been trapped.
I'm in Solai to find out how families are coping and where investigations into the incident have reached. Not much is being said by the county administration officials, as both the Directorate of Criminal Investigations here and the county commissioner don't seem to provide the answers. So we've decided to see for ourselves. A veil of normalcy greets us. Boys being boys, challenging me to a game of football. But a closer look reveals more. Deep scars are yet to heal. We've received complaints from victims of the tragedy claiming the government appears to be in a rush to move on. They were hurriedly evicted from schools even before they had a place to go. Rent here is 1,000 shillings a month. All that can be said of it is that it's a shelter. The 30,000 shillings they received from the government was supposed to help them resettle.
Wamefanya wiring tu lakini bado jeweko. Labda tu turudi kazi yetu ya kawaida. Kibarua yenye tumezoea. Kwa sababu sioni kama tena tutasaidika. Kama tulifukuzwa kwa shule na lazima ukiambiwa hii umeshalipwa 30. 30 sasa ndio ili kuja ununue kitu yenye utalalia. Uone utajisaidia mpaka lini.
Most of the people who were in the camps or in the school were tenants. And you know, if you are a tenant, you can't say that you have not been resettled. Because what the government and the partners did was to give them something to make sure also they settle somewhere else.
But for others, things are much worse. Like for Grace Njeri, discharged from hospital before she felt strong enough to get on her feet. These bandages were changed today. Tomorrow, she must return for more dressing. Some wounds are healing, but she can barely walk, and the back and forth to the hospital isn't helping.
Mimi venye tulisikia maji, nikatoka na watoto yangu 3. Sasa wakati sasa tunataka kuruka hapo hivyo tuende ngambo hiyo ingine, nikakumbuka nimeacha mtoto wa sister yangu kwa nyumba. Sasa nikaacha wengine wakisimama, nikarudia huyo. Sasa nilipomrudia kufika hapo, nikienda kushika wengine ndio twende, maji kakuwa imefika. Sasa kuanzia hapo mimi sijui nini ingine iliendelea.
These are the conditions in which these families now live.
Sasa Shalim. Kuja Shalim.
They are grateful for the food and clothes. Kenyans have contributed generously.
Mpaka mwaka hiyo ingine.
Ni mingi ndio.
Ni mingi.
Tukiwa hivi ni mingi.
Tuko wachache.
A hot meal is crucial, but the cold bites on, and the rain pounds the area almost daily. These tin sheets are the last line of defense between these children and the punishing weather outside, the kind that in some ways contributed to the collapse of the Patel Dam. This is the expansive Patel farm. The area chief is meeting me here where it all began.
Chief, this is your first time back since that awful night, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, since then I've never been here.
How do you feel standing here right now?
Not very comfortable. Yeah, not very comfortable because, okay, you can see there is mudslide and you don't know what can happen next. Even though they are draining the water, again, being a victim and what I saw, I cannot be very comfortable. But you can't imagine what was happening. We thought that the war was coming to an end because of the round and everybody was worried. There was like there was earthquake or something of the sort. Yeah.
It dug out a 15 to 20 foot gorge.
Yeah.
That runs how far from here?
From here to the village, like 3 kilometers. And after that, like other 20 kilometers to where it is settled.
You want to leave, don't you?
Of course, yes. Why not?
So do I.
The soil here looks like scorched earth, burnt by fierce waters that ran here respecting nothing, not women, not children, or even houses of prayer.
Na mnawazaje kuhusu Patel Dam na Wenyio Dam?
Sasa hata sijui tutasema nini kwa sababu ndio demu sio ya mwaka hii na sio ya mwaka jana na sio ni ya samani. Sijui tutasema nini. Hiyo tu tunasema ni mambo ya Mungu.
God, a name used to describe what we can't explain and what we won't take responsibility for. But was this really an act of God, or simply the natural consequences of the now all too familiar vices such as corruption and greed? Monday Special returns with more.